And we're off to the races. Ladies and gentlemen, I am beyond thrilled because I'm back here on the screen. You know, it is said that LA is a very interesting cultural mishmash of people from all over the world, every corner of the earth, if you will. And, you know, they call it the melting pot. I just basically call it home. This is what makes it the enriches the fabric, if you will, of America, all the different ethnicities, myself included. And I got this cat tonight that's gonna blow your socks off. This guy and I share something in common, and it's not just acting, right? We and him share something in common. We love horror, but this guy goes even beyond. He started and made and written and produced his own films, short films that have made it all the way to Comic Con, San Diego's Comic Con, infamous, famous, notorious for the coolest A-listers. He's made it there, the short film, and LA Comic Con, which I've yours truly has been there several times. I am beyond thrilled, guys. Our next guest today is or tonight has been a scare actor at Universal Studios. Man, well, how cool is that? In Halloween Horror Nights for a few years, and hear all about that. As well as the LA haunted hayride, which I've always wanted to know what that is like, and to just be there and freak the hell out of the souls out of the people, if you will. We're gonna hear all about that. He's an actor, a writer, and a producer whose love for filmmaking began in Thailand and led him straight to the world of horror, comedy, and bold storytelling. That's right, because we're storytellers after all. You may know him from the award-winning horror comedy short Wipe, the feature film Homeless. It's now streaming. The film is streaming now on Prime TV, Prime Video, which I love. And the Jason Mraz's Pancakes and Butter music video, and his leading role in Bon Voyage, which premiered at the TLC Chinese Theater and in San Diego's Comic Con. Guys, give it up for the one and only Chok
Hi
Suwanavisootr.
guys, Swadee Cup. That's
Hey,
greeting in
Chok.
Thai.
Hey, man,
Hi,
that is fantastic, dude.
thank you,
What is
Jim. Thank
up,
you.
bro? How you been, man?
Pretty good. Thank you for having me on, Jim. It's a pleasure. Yeah.
I am beyond thrilled. I mean, the idea that I get to share, um, the space with such a talented individual such as yourself.
Oh,
It's remarkable. It's remarkable, and
thank you, man. Thank you.
in every way possible and imaginable and fathomable, a surreal event. That we're
Thank
having.
you so much. Yeah,
And
it's
Happy New Year, man!
honor to
Because
be
I know
here.
it. It's a great new year. There's so much in store. I want to hear all about it. I don't even know where to begin. I know we're going to start back all the way back to Thailand, and
Mhm.
then your humble beginnings, how you got into horror flicks, how do you manage to then come to LA and then be a scare actor for Universal Horror Nights, which is fantastic. I've delved in where I've gotten scared because some of these people come out of nowhere, and the
Yeah.
job looks, it's hardly a job. It's an amazing opportunity to scare the heck out of the living daylights out of those souls that walk the streets at night, waiting and just hungry, right? Hungry to be feed, to be scared, and then you
Yes.
end up doing this job, and then you do that to doing this movie Homeless that's now on Prime Video. It's
Yeah.
fantastic, and then you're moving, and then you do Bon Voyage, and then you're at San Diego's Comic Con. Wow.
Yes.
From Thailand to San Diego's Comic Con, fascination. Want to hear everything in between. How did it all
Yes.
begin for you back in Thailand? How did this whole idea and the where did you get bitten? That you wanted to do
Yes.
horror flicks and be an actor and all that. Where did it all begin?
Yeah. I think it's probably back when I was in like elementary school or middle school, like because I went to like international school in Thailand, and then there's like a period where like they bring us to like the library, and then you can pick out like any book to read for your free time, for your homework or those kind of stuff. And then
Sure.
I always just hang out around the goosebump session. just
Goosebumps.
yeah, just seeing the cover, I'm like, that's a sick covers that they all have, and I just like
Sure.
start reading all of them, then try like get more into like Fear Street as I grow up. Yeah, I level up to a different grade. So I think
Sure.
that's kind of what first like got me into horror. And then
Mhm.
yeah, I started going to like a, back in the day, VHS, DVDs, the video store, and then, just browsing around the CD, mostly horror section. And yeah, I just fell in love with it, even though I tend to get really scared. I think the scariest movie for me when I was a kid seeing was the Sixth Sense. You
Okay.
know, that that
Makes
that
sense.
that scares me. Like every time I watch it, it scars me for 2 weeks. Yeah, it's 2 weeks because I feel like when I go, like I need to pee at night and I go off my room to go to a bathroom. Like in my house, I feel like I'll see some dead like old lady walking,
Yeah.
or like like someone hanging from the ceiling. It's just like it's just too real that you don't know if it's like a ghost or it's like a real human, and that
Yeah.
stuff like really scares me. Yeah, but
Have you
mostly
seen Terrifier? Have you seen the Terrifier?
oh, I love Terrifier. I Yes, my all-time favorite was Saw and Chucky. So
Chucky's great. I just
yeah,
saw it the other day.
yeah.
Like,
So Supernatural, those kind of scares me a lot. So yeah, I tend to prefer like the gory, more type of like
yeah,
horror movie. Yeah.
where they're cutting each other body parts. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
great.
So
Yeah.
Saw, I grew up like watching every Saw films, and it gives me like each Saw films like give me like different lessons. Like don't do drugs or you get thrown in a needle pit. Don't steal because you're gonna get your arm cut off. Don't
Hey,
lie 'cause you're gonna get your tongue cut off. Get
hey, good thing we have two arms, right? No, I'm just kidding.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
What
how
about the
much blood would
chainsaw?
you shed?
Remember the Chainsaw Massacre? They kind of all started there, huh? It all began
Yeah,
with
yeah,
Chainsaw
yeah,
Massacre.
yeah.
It's funny is I like when I was growing up,
Yeah.
I watched older movies like The Exorcist, and
Mhm.
when I was a kid, my uncles would watch Evil Dead. That was like a real
Oh
freaky
yeah,
movie, man.
yeah,
The first one, it was
yeah,
insane. And then the second one was a little more of a trip. It was like
yeah,
a fever dream, I guess. I suppose you could liken it to.
yeah. Even like
Any hmm?
yeah, even Peter Jackson, the the guy who did Lord of the Rings and
Yeah,
a bunch of
King
yeah,
Kong,
yeah, King Kong, big major big studio blockbuster stuff.
huge productions. Yeah,
If you've seen he actually did Brand Dead, which is probably like one of the goriest movie ever made. And like he does all the weird F up stuff like way
yeah,
before he makes like Lord of the Rings and King Kong and everything. Like Brand Dead, Meet the Feebles, that's like an R-rated super F up version of Muppets movie. Yeah, so like if you guys haven't seen Brand Dead, Meet the Feebles, like go check them out. He's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. There's a new wave of scary movies what is it? Smile, is it? Remember
Smile, yeah.
smiling, it is so demented. It's nuts. It's
That
like
was
I think yeah, it scared the heck out of me. What you think
oh
about that?
fun fact. I actually went to a screening, not the screening, is a test screening where they actually paid me $40 to see Smile. It wasn't called Smile at first. It was called something. The Curious Case of something, the main character's
Yeah,
name. And it
yeah,
was gonna go direct to video. It was gonna be like a Paramount something. It was gonna go direct to TV. And then yeah, at the end of the movie, we all got like questionnaires, and then they asked us like, "What's the how's the pacing of the movie? Would you see it in theaters? What's your favorite
yes,
scene? If it's too long, too short?" And then yeah, I gave it really good reviews, and I think most of the people there gave it really good reviews, and
yeah.
yeah, it made itself into theaters and made like 100 millions because
Made
of
a lot of money. Yeah,
yeah,
those are great. I used to have a friend that worked doing that, passing out
yeah.
the sheets out in Pasadena, like
Oh,
these papers. And hey, you want to watch a movie later today? And you
oh
get
yeah,
paid.
that
In
those
the
are
late
great.
'90s or
Yeah,
early 2000s. I have
yeah,
So I meant to tell you, let's cross reference and talk about the horror thing you and I have in common.
yeah.
So we like Freddy Krueger, the Nightmare on Elm Street,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
I wanted to tell you I actually drove Robert England when I was driving limos way back when. I
Oh
drove
wow.
Robert England. I took him to the
Okay.
25th anniversary. of the Simpsons, some showcase thing that
Oh
they
wow.
had, that where they were gonna basically tell the story to go up, and the whole cast
Yeah.
comes up, and then they have a cast party, as it were, and it was fantastic, man. I mean, I drove this guy from Laguna Hills
Yeah.
all the way, Laguna Beach, actually, all the way out to this Bob what is it? Not Bob Hope, but
Bob
um
Dylan.
no, not Bob Dylan. No, the hangar, that the Santa Monica hangar, where they do a
Okay.
lot of the stuff where the People's Choice Awards and all those things are there.
Gotcha.
They had to party there, and
Mm.
so this was cool, man, because having Robert Englund in the car, nobody
Yeah.
knows this unless you've ever seen him talk and speak in any of these speaking engagements. He does
Yeah.
not stay quiet for 1 second. So he talks my ear out. Get this. He talks my ear off. No sooner do we leave his house. And by the way, yeah, his house is super quaint. It's got the picket white fence. It
Yeah.
looks like very much that of the actual Elm Street house in Hollywood,
Oh.
where they filmed it in Hollywood.
So see,
Um,
he's actually a horror fan.
yeah, yeah,
He's just
yeah,
not in it
himself.
because he get
And
paid.
he told me, get this, all right, Choke.
Yeah.
This is a real cool piece of history right here. He told me, believe it or not, because we are talking, he asked me, so what's your favorite movie? And of course, I was
Uh-huh.
going to say Nightmare on Elm Street. But I said it was Halloween. Like, to be honest, Halloween, because Halloween was shot in South Pasadena, and I used to live in
Yeah.
Alhambra
Yeah.
for many years. So I knew the area well, and I just thought, my
Hmm.
God, it looks so much like the movie, and yet
Yeah.
it's kind of like, nowadays it's not like in the olden days, the 70s, but it still looks very much creepy at night.
Yes.
And he said, you know what, kid? He goes, you're not going to believe this. I was part of that movie. So he was like an extra. He worked as part of the crew. He was
Okay.
he was in charge of collecting the leaves. We're gonna get back to you right now, don't worry. But I'm just gonna tell you this little segue story. He picked up the leaves,
Yeah.
and then you know throw the leaves, because he said that it was made on John Carpenter. They made it on a shoestring, a budget, so they didn't have a
Yeah.
whole lot of money. So when
Yeah.
you threw the leaves, you had to pick them up again, gather them up, scoop them up, and then
Oh
they would put
wow.
it all over it, take it from the top. And he was one of the guys that scooped up the leaves. So he got his hands, his teeth, cut, if you will, on the Halloween franchise. Who'd have
Wow.
thought, right? What a crazy story. I was like, beside that, I was like
Yeah.
beside myself. And aside of that, there's also the little side note that he said he was also a surfer. And I was like,
Okay.
what? Freddy Krueger serves? Like, is there anything Freddy cannot do?
That
I mean,
should
it was great.
that should be in the movie actually. Is there I'm not sure if there's a sequence where he actually surf. I don't
Yeah.
know. That'd be
He
great.
could literally shred the waves with his what do you
Yeah,
call it,
yeah.
ball-like knives for fingers.
No,
Um,
but yeah, but that's great. We
yeah,
all saw somewhere. So
it's
yeah.
fantastic. He was telling me his humble beginning was Florida. Like,
Mhm.
Freddy Krueger is
Yeah.
telling me these cool little deep cut stories, man, regaling his life with me. It was a whole hodgepodge. You and I could spend hours here, but I want to tell you
Yeah.
because you deserve this conversation. And then the other guy I drove was the guy that did the Hills Have Eyes. What is
Hmm.
and he was part of the Freddy. No, was he part of the Freddy Krueger franchise also? Yeah, he was. Wes Craven. He was
Oh,
part of
Wes
the.
Craven. Yeah,
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 he
yeah.
was the producer. I drove him and his son back
Oh
in the day.
wow.
So we'll talk about that off cameras. I want to get back to
Okay.
you. All right, you get to your short film
Yes.
gets. By the way, congratulations. This is
Thank you.
phenomenal. So you're going to LA Comic Con, but you go to San Diego Comic Con, which I've
Yeah.
driven a lot of people to Comic Con over the years, a span of years.
Yes.
I got stories for days.
It's-
Slumdog Millionaire, Slumdog
Yeah.
Millionaire. Forget his name. The producer, director. I drove that
Mhm.
guy before it became a huge hit, and
Oh
then next
wow.
thing you know, he was being driven in his personal car. Like, he had a whole entourage. This is before that. I drove him a long time before
That's
anyone
really
knew
cool.
who he was.
You drove the whole Hollywood, pretty
Even
much.
before that, Elizabeth Taylor,
Yeah.
Mel
Oh.
Brooks, Rob
Wow.
Reiner, a lot, rest in peace. A lot of people, man. A lot, like, go, dude. We could go down a rabbit hole.
They need
I,
to make a movie
I
about you.
Yeah, we ate together at different
Yeah.
places at times. Hey, come on down, get off the car, kid. Let's go grab a bite
Yeah.
at favorite deli. At any rate, so I got all excited when he starts talking about anything horror. But
Yeah.
we'll talk a little bit more about other things that you've done. Your film, your short film.
Yes.
Congratulations, it's to San Diego. How do you feel when you get to not very many people can say this.
Yeah.
So you get to be on a panel at Comic Con San Diego. You pinching yourself. Take us through the whole. Take us through your emotions from the minute you
Yeah.
get there. How did you get there? Your crew. I mean, and they call you up. How many people were there?
Yeah.
I'm curious.
So it's like so basically like San Diego Comic Con they have like a division of like a short film
Mhm.
festival where you can submit and it's free to submit. I didn't know that. Because the movie that I'm in, Bomb Voyage, which is about me getting stuck with a bigger guy who just had Chipotle. So it's kind of like a dark comedy.
Right.
It's a fart movie, so but it's done in like a because the director Jun Sang he's Korean, so he does like the style of like old boy. So it's
Yeah.
like a fart movie, but it's not like in a silly kind of visual. It's more like a grainy like old boy gangster kind of punk vibe. So it's really interesting, and yeah, I got cast on that, and then we have been going to our festival run for almost like for a year. Then yeah, we did premiere at a Chinese theater and at one of the festival. And then yeah, my director just emailed me that we got in San Diego Comic Con. And yeah, it was crazy. It was a dream for me because I since I got here, I go there like every year, like not inside because you can like
Yeah.
San Diego Comic Con, the whole city turns into Comic Con. There's
It's like
way more stuff
Halloween.
to
It's
do. Yeah,
Halloween. All
yeah,
over.
there's way more stuff to do outside. Like the whole town's turned into Comic Con, right? So I always
Right.
just like go there for like 3 4 days just to enjoy the outside part. But I never like get ticket in time to go inside.
It's like
So
$500 just to go in for one day.
yeah, so
You
last
get the
yeah,
packet.
so last year we got in, so they gave us like tickets for the whole run for the whole like 4 days,
Beautiful.
and yeah, it was just crazy. We
Surreal. Surreal, right?
Yeah, because even it was only for a short period of time. Because our movie was only like 4 minutes, and then we got another like 6 minutes for the Q&A, which looks nice. Because we got like the whole panel, we got the name
It looks
tags.
good, man. Yeah.
It's just like what I always seen. Just even before I come to the US, I always wanted to go to Comic Con. That's like my dream.
Yeah.
And now I'm there for a reason that the film that I'm a lead in got selected in the festival there. Yeah, it's just crazy, you know.
I cannot believe it. I mean, it's great. And then
Yeah.
your movie Wiped won Best Acting Ensemble at the Hollywood Blood Horror Festival. Congrats.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, that was way before Bomb. That was 5
Yeah.
years ago,
How do you
possibly.
feel about that as in your career?
Yeah.
How do you feel? It must have felt
That
like
that
you
one
were doing
was
the right thing.
pretty.
You're on the right track.
Yeah, but that's one was like, I'm here, let me try write myself a role and then produce it. And then I just have an idea, like turning everyday ordinary household things and give it a demonic possession power, you know. And somehow I just thought of a toilet paper. And
Yeah.
yeah, just did that. That's
The
like my
whole concept
first.
was funny. Wiped.
Yeah, that's like my first one. It's still like hit and miss. We learn during the process like not how to be selective with the festival you submit to. Just don't spend like $1,000 submitting
You
to
spend money every time
random
you
fest.
submit. Yeah.
So I learned a lot. I learned a lot from that movie, and I think I haven't told you this, but we're me and the director of Bomb Voyage. We're actually making a sequel to that short. So I wrote it and I'm in it as well, but it's a continuation of what happens right after Bomb Voyage. But it's more like a spiritual sequel
Sure.
because it's about pimple. It's gonna be called Pimples,
Simple. Yeah.
like pimple on my face, but
Yeah.
it's of course like
Right.
possessed
It gets
pimples.
it gets the pimple goes bananas on you.
Yeah, so
That's it,
this
yeah.
one, yeah, it's gonna be a more like horror comedy.
I love your twisted mind. I like what you think of, and I know it's a collaborative effort. It's collective, if you will. and I know
Yeah.
our dear friend Amanda, who's introduced me to you,
Yes.
is part of that. So she's really excited, and I know you guys all collectively come up with these cool ideas
Yes.
that are different. They're you think outside the box most definitely,
Yeah.
and ambiguous. You don't know
Yeah.
which
Because I mean,
which way
me
it's
and you,
going,
me,
kind of.
yeah. Because I mean, me and you, we are horror fans, right? And as a
Yeah,
horror fans, we don't want to see. We seen a lot of horror movies. If there's like,
slasher films.
yeah, that's like if it's just like same old thing, not nothing stood out, and it's not appealing to us. For
No.
example, like Terrifier, there's a bunch of clowns horror movie, but this one just go way over the top, and the way that it's designed, like he actually looks really really scary if you seen it the first time. Like
Mhm.
I thought it was like really scary, but now it's become like we're used to him. He's like a horror icon now, so he's now like a funny dark humor
Yeah,
clown now. But
yeah.
when I first saw even the poster, like, because it started as a short in the anthology, right?
Okay, yeah,
So like the first time I saw it, it was like, oh wow, this clown is, I mean, scarier than Pennywise.
yeah, yeah.
So definitely like they have something that stood out, that we horror fans like love, and
I
it
love the
knows the
Terrifier
direction
guy.
it's going. Yeah.
Love that clown. It's
Yes.
like you said, it's different,
Yeah.
and it really hits you different, and it's an ominous sound. The
Yeah.
music was really fantastic. What they did, instrumentally wise, they did a great job. I think it
Yeah.
matched the scenes perfectly. And then
And yeah.
all the gruesome, blood and rage that was going on. You didn't see it. It was really out of
Yeah.
this world kind of
Like
shit, like you're not used to.
it's not like, getting killed off screen, all those boring stuff. It shows everything's go over the top, it goes beyond what you expected. That's what
Yes,
like horror fans want,
yes,
not just like
yes.
PG-13, tone down to don't kill them off screen. I'm like, yeah.
Let's talk about. Let's talk a little bit about dive, if we can. Um,
Yes.
let's delve into um this movie Scream. Are you a big fan of Scream? Because they have a new one coming
Yeah.
out.
Well, I've seen all of them, but I mean, I enjoy them. I'm not like a huge fan as compared to like Saw or Chucky,
Yeah,
but yeah, I watch all of them. Yes.
there's a new one that's coming out, and
Yes.
it's rumored that they're bringing back Matthew Lillard and the other guy, because in the first
Yeah.
they're all trying to outdo each other and upstage each other, right? Playing around and stabbing
Yeah,
each other.
yeah.
And so a couple of those characters are coming back, and I'm pretty thrilled to see this all unravel, and go bananas right before our eyes. I'm interested because supposedly
Yeah.
these two characters died, so I'm interested to see how they. And I know one of the
Yeah.
characters like in the last one, right, as the dad, and he was appearing in a hologram almost. So,
Okay.
but this it could very well go whichever way they
Yeah.
want it to. We don't know, so
Yeah, we'll
I'm
see
eager for
how
the
they
onward, man.
yeah, I'm interested to see how they're gonna do that. Maybe it's a dream sequence, maybe it's like Texas Chainsaw, they just wear the skin of Matthew.
Yeah, I love it.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
who knows?
Maybe. I don't know.
Let me ask you this: do you how do you approach the horror? Like, how do you do like kind of a board, like a picture board, as it were? Do you start with what ideas come into mind, and then how do you pick them apart and say, this idea is better than all these? Or is there a panel group of people that say, I think we should go with this one? Choke, frankly, I think it sounds like a better idea. Or how does that take shape?
Yeah, because I mean for Pimple, the sequel to Bob
Yeah, or
Voyage.
yeah, for that one in particular. Let's go with that one.
Yeah, because I mean I worked with the Jun Sang, the director from Bomb Voyage before, and he's amazing VFX artist. So most of the work he like it's gonna be him because all the pimples are like VFX, and if you know the annoying orange, you know how there's like a mouth on the orange. That's
Apple.
yes. That's how we're gonna like incorporate like that to the pimple, so the pimples can be similar to that with the mouth, and that's all the director is gonna be doing for the VFX. So the shoot is really super small crew, just me, his camera friend,
Love it.
and him, and it's just me behind the green screen, and I'm in the bathroom with a mirror and a sink, but all that's gonna be VFX. So it just basically the set's super easy, just me
Yeah.
in front of the green screen.
Mm.
And yeah, like we really, I mean, because he's gonna be he's directing it, so and I trust his vision, so I pretty much like give him like pretty much all the freedom, because we're pretty
Yeah.
much on the same page of making it weird. Do not like tone it down,
Beautiful.
go big or go home,
Go home. Yeah.
and I always, yeah, I just like pitching in like new ideas. We are both pitching in like new ideas that we haven't like really seen before in a mainstream horror movie, or like pimples, demonic pimples. I don't think I've seen any movie that pimples like actually comes to life, like talks. So yeah, I'm just trying to find like new ideas that I haven't seen that they have done it before in the horror
Yeah, I think
genre.
pimples in and of itself is disgusting. The idea of
Yes.
spotting a pimple. How much
Yes.
more if a pimple takes a life of its own and now does these things, and probably tries to kill someone or something. I mean, it's sky's the limit as to where you could take this. I'm
Yeah.
fascinated by the mere fact that we're talking about pimples here, which is
Yeah.
grossly disgusting in every way possible, imaginable. But I'm also wanting to see what else you guys gonna explore with, and where's it gonna go, and how gruesome and how crazy it's gonna get. And I want to know all the odds and ends and everything about it. When it happens, I want to when I see it, I
Yeah.
want to be able to. Yeah, I definitely want to get
Well,
grossed out.
yeah,
Let me ask you
we'll
this.
wait and yeah.
Now let me ask you this, Choke.
Yes.
When you first started,
Mhm.
what was the first? What was your first film you shot? The first thing you shot, for that matter. The first. Would you do it with the phone? Did you start with what kind of camera did you start with? I mean,
The first thing, oh, it's probably back when I was in Thailand, back in my college days. It was
mhm,
like a stop motion actually. So it was like for like a photography class, I think. So I did like kind of like a Japanese kind of, the Grudge Ju-on type, but
mhm,
it's like a 2-3 minutes film where this woman goes is stalking college students throughout the campus, but it's done through uh like you call, yeah, stop motion, right? Because I take like thousands of pictures and then put them together as like like a stop like a
yeah, stop
video.
motion.
Yeah, so it's
You did,
a
you did almost
combination
a series of
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 pictures. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. So like
and
a
then
progression,
yeah.
a progression, and begin to move. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Um.
it's cool. Like I can make the ghost woman, float on the ground, and it looks like she's coming towards you. Yeah. So
It's really
that's like
cool.
a cool, yeah,
I think I think
technique.
it's fantastic when you play around with things. You have to have failed a few times, whatever
Yeah.
that means, right? Because it's not a
Yeah.
failure if you learn from it, it's a lesson. And then also too, there are no guidelines. Like I said, you don't play it safe.
Yeah.
So you think outside the box. You think about these crazy, outlandish, wild stories, and you don't stop at that. You don't just think them, you just put them into
Yeah.
practice, and then you try it. And if something you throw it to the wall, see what sticks, then maybe this doesn't work out. We're gonna
Yeah.
add this next time, you do it better, and so on and so
Yeah.
forth, which has gotten you to where we are today, present day.
Yes.
It's very admirable, man. Very admirable for you,
Thank you.
honestly. Um,
Yes.
what scares you? Let's say while you're doing the production, is there any scary value of what you're doing? Like in terms of, oh my God, I don't know what we're doing now. Like we're delving, or do you keep pushing the envelope? Do you think like you still keep going a little further and further? Or is there a point where you say, all right, I think this is enough. I think we've already sort of crossed all the thresholds. Let's come
Yeah.
back a little bit. Or how do you gauge that? Or you just keep going all the way? Let's see what we come up with.
Because it's yeah, like you just need to find the right people with the same vision as you.
Okay.
Cause I
Okay.
work with, yeah, some people who's like not really into horror, and they were like, yeah, it's too much, they want to tone it down and stuff. And I'm like, oh no, 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 red flag, no. Like do not tone this thing down that I wrote. So it's I think the real lesson is make sure you like talk through the projects first and see who's the best fit to work to have them work in your project like creatively, or else there's gonna be a problem afterwards like on set that's like it's too late to fix. Just make sure
Yeah,
like they're on the same page as you, and do not feel afraid to like find another person because everyone is replaceable. I'm
right.
replaceable as an actor. That like they can cast any other Asian guy to be in the same,
Mhm.
movie story character. So everyone's replaceable, and yeah, just don't be afraid to say you're not right fit for this project. You want someone
Yeah,
else, which is a tough part, like for a lot of people, because especially if they like your friends, that might be a bit tough. But it's just like if they're actually, your friend, they would understand that it's just not the right project for you.
yeah.
And
Who does
I
the
just
editing and the color correcting and all that? Who does it? Do
yeah,
you do most of that as well?
color correcting for
Yeah.
the
For any film that you do, that's your film, your from your brainchild.
not real for wipe we have some. I mean, I did the final part because I didn't end up liking too much of the final color, so I end up kind of trying to fix it myself. Yeah, so I could do it. I could edit. I could like fix color and stuff, but I'm not like professional at it. But if I can't find people and I really need to do it, then I have to do it. You know, because it's like it's coming out of my money. It's a short film, so and I'm like trying to not spend too much
Now,
on.
a little birdie told me that you had something to do with Bloomhouse. You worked with
Yeah.
Bloomhouse before, huh?
Oh, that was before I started acting, because I was juggling around when I come to the US. I didn't know I wanted to do acting. I mean, because like back in college, I was doing like directing. I was doing film school and stuff. So that's why I know how to like write, direct, produce and stuff. But yeah, I came to the US. I mean, I was trying to go for a different path, like film acquisition, like
Right,
distributing movies,
right.
because
Distributing.
yeah, because I thought like, because I like traveling, I like going on adventure and stuff, and I feel like a job where you can get paid to travel to different countries and watch movies and bring it to theaters. I mean, that'd be
It's
like a
another
great
branch
job.
of the industry. It's another great branch of the industry.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, but
so we're tapping a little more the marketing aspect, right?
yeah.
You think is small budget films these days have a better shot of being seen thanks to the circuit, right? The film
Mhm.
festival circuits. I mean, anyone and their mom and their grandma and cats and dogs have film festivals, every little city.
Yeah.
Um, how does the crowd funding still work? What do you think works best now for like smaller people that are coming up versus the big marketers? Because it takes a lot of money to make obviously a great big film um,
Mhm.
that gets watched everywhere, right? But
Yeah.
on a smaller scale, and more indie, because if you will, because we're living in a day and age where it's more indie, a lot more
Yes.
films get. How does that work? How does one come up with the money to start a project?
So from what I see, like my friends are doing like crowdfunding, I think it's definitely a great way, especially if you like don't have the funding for it. And like also, because for my movie Pimple, we 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 are kind of like more like collabing with the director and the camera, so we didn't really need to do the funding because it's not like
Mhm.
it doesn't cost that much. But just also posting on social media, like for me, for my film, I was looking for like executive producer, and I just like offer them like credits for like donation, like 100, 200, and then we just put their credit on, and they don't really need to do
Oh yeah, I've
anything.
seen those before. I've been part of
Yeah,
those.
yeah. A lot of horror movies do that, like perks. You pay $100, you get free poster, you get free this, signed by this. $200, you get free tickets. $500, you get to have a cameo in the film. Those stuff like that. There's many stuff that you can do, or you can
Yeah,
just simply ask for. money, just like crowdfunding, because you passionate about this project and you need help. And I see a lot that people do get a lot of funding, through that.
Yeah,
And
I find that that's interesting because I've seen movies where, I've seen
yeah,
people post them at times, and a lot of times they go in the back burner. They get, sponged away. Like people don't even
yeah,
know about the film because obviously there isn't the proper funding to market the film. And so a lot of times certain little films
yeah,
are well put together, but because the funding's not there, a lot of times they get forgotten, and then they put back later, they get released on Tubi or
yeah,
or other platforms. Um, I have
yeah,
a
because
question for you.
yeah,
Go ahead. Go ahead,
because
Choke.
because back then when I used to work at Blumhouse, so
Yeah.
I used to write for them, not the script. I used to write for the website blumhouse.com.
Wow.
So that doesn't exist anymore because of Get
That's a
Out.
long time.
Then
Yeah,
Get
it was a
Out,
while back.
because that website we just write, it's kind of like bloody disgusting what we do back then. So we write like fun horror articles, like 10 horror movie poster that would make your roommate puke,
Yeah,
something like
yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah. Like a
And yeah,
blog. It was more blog related.
yeah. So basically, like, you can work from home or you can go to their office. I prefer to go like write stuff on their office because free food, a lot of unlimited food. And yeah, you see a reception, they're all interns, and you see like people coming in showing
Who did you meet? Tell us. Who did you meet?
who they I didn't actually meet anyone. I just heard that Amy Adams popped by downstairs, but I didn't, I didn't go and take a look. But yeah, like a lot of people, like they walk through, they have meeting with Jason Blum, and also like smaller films, like they actually like show like screen it in front of like Jason Blum.
That's so
So if
cool.
you have like connection and stuff, I think that'd be a great way to like get your movie, but
So,
to
you still
for the
talk to
bigger service.
Jason? Are you still
Oh,
kind of like tight with him?
oh no. I just met him at the intern lunch. There's like 20 of us eating lunch, and then we just asked like Jason Blum that stuff, like to learn stuff.
What
And
up? What other? Go ahead.
yeah. Oh, and what he told me was like, you know, like I think someone asked, what advice would you give your younger self or something like that? And he was like, "Just don't worry too much.
If you work hard at it long enough, you're gonna be visible. Someone's they're gonna they're
Yeah. Plus
you
yeah,
can't
he
ignore the white elephant
yeah.
in the room.
Plus he told us because Blumhouse like one of the most like profitable like horror company, and he knows he told us in the intern lunch meeting that he knows sometimes he makes like bad movies, but also he needs to make money, you know, because their rule is like back then is like they won't make any movie that's over 10 million budget, so that's
Right.
how they keep their
Yeah, they have to have that.
finance. Yeah,
Right.
that's their plan. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It's important to have a certain budget, know where you're gonna not go beyond a certain budget to be not too frugal, but also don't go beyond, what
Yeah,
you can work with. And then because then the turnaround profit, you don't know how much you're gonna get back in the end, on the other side of it. So it's
yeah,
important to take those things into consideration. Let me ask you this, Choke.
yes,
I understand also you've been a judge at festivals, right? When
yes,
they submit for horror. What is that criteria when you're looking at it, like the good and the bad and like the terrible? I'm sure you have great
yeah.
eyes to sort of see what's good and what's bad. I mean, do you take all submissions at first, or is someone like, oh,
Yeah,
it's too bad, this is way bad, I don't even want to deal with this, or how does that look like? Do you have a panel?
yeah. Because my because I watch movie to the end. Like I'm the kind of person that I don't. If I watch, even if the movie's bad, I watch to the end because I actually do movie reviews, like horror movie reviews on my Instagram, on my it's called
Very,
Movies Maniacs.
very cool.
So yeah, I feel like it's not fair for the movie, even if it's bad. Like I can't review the movie if I haven't seen it to the end. What if there's like
Out
a
of, out of
twist at the
respect.
end?
too,
Yeah,
right?
but if there's a twist at the end or something, then you never know. It might be good. So I took that approach when I was a judge at so I did Night Frights LA. It's like a
Cool.
newer film festival.
Mhm.
Last year was their first year. And yeah, pretty much I watched through all the movies, and the criteria that I judge pretty much the same as when I made the movie. I want to see something stood out, you know. It's like
Right.
something original. If
Yeah.
it's I mean it's hard, like original is kind of like it's hard to be original because now it's like, it's like
Yeah.
thousands of like
You're,
clowns
you're
movie and stuff.
you're influenced by somebody,
Yeah,
basically.
but if it stood out, it's like Terrifier stood out, the gore stood out, something different, something that I haven't seen before. That's what I'm looking for.
Sure. Um,
Something, yeah, original, something creative. Yeah.
who would you like to meet? What are some of your idols in the horror franchise or horror genre?
Brad Dourif. He voiced Chucky, yeah. I haven't met him yet. I met Jennifer Tilly, Don Mancini, yeah, Tony
Wow,
Gardner. Yeah, yeah, and Alex Vincent, the kid from Child's Play.
that's
But
awesome.
yeah, I haven't seen Brad Dourif.
Not yet. Not
Have
yet.
you? Yeah, he goes to Comic Con, but not around here. Like,
No, I've not met any of these guys.
yeah,
I met, like I said, Robert England and Wes Craven, rest in peace, and his
yeah,
son. When they
yeah.
did the heels have eyes too. I think part
Yeah,
two. That's when I met him. I went up to his house, and it's funny because, believe it or not, in
yeah,
the movie, I think it's one of the Nightmares of Nightmare. I forget which nightmare it is. So long
yeah.
ago, and I was a kid when those movies were shot. One of the films, they go up to his house, and it's actually Wes Craven's house.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, and it's really weird because when I went to the house, I've seen this house somewhere, and I was like in the movie.
save money, right? Shoot at your own
It was
house.
great. It was really cool too. Um, I've
Yeah.
we're like at the tail end of it. And what other genres would you like to explore besides horror? Curious.
Well, for acting wise, I
Yeah, I would think
mostly
acting
do
wise because
like comedy. Like the one you mentioned, Homeless,
yeah,
that's on Amazon Prime. That
I
was
know
a
that
more
one.
like an indie feature, and I feel
Yeah,
like that's still one of my most favorite role to play.
the little prized possessions, huh?
Yeah, because I feel like I'm completely like not really myself. I was I was like this crazy homeless, but still like has like some sweetness to him, and but he's like over the top crazy, and the
Yeah,
director just give us a lot of room to improv, and that's just the best thing.
yeah.
You get to
Super.
be free. Yeah, you're not
How
stuck.
important? It's super important, right? To have a director and a producer and
Yeah,
whatnot, and the team to allow you that space, that room to sort of explore and play and
yeah,
flex out the character and just take it to wherever you're going to take it to get you
yeah.
to the height that you want to go in
Because
terms of
most
your
yeah,
madness.
because most of the iconic scenes are all like improv. They were not like scripted. If
Right.
you like look it up, yeah,
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna do that
yeah,
tonight. Um, I want to thank you for this moment.
yes,
It's fantastic when every time I meet someone that's doing what they love doing and they're good at it and they're being super productive and their stuff is just being seen and shown everywhere and they're living the dream, and just such as yourself, Choke. Um,
thank you so much, Jim.
I,
Yeah,
I
it was an
really am.
honor.
I'm very proud of knowing and keep at it. And I know you're gonna go to
Yes,
like bigger heights, and you're gonna someday, we're gonna run
still a
into each
long way
other
to
at Comic
go.
Con. We'll all be of the say they say there's enough room at the top for everyone, right?
Hot,
Um,
hot edge, hot edge. Let's
so
aim for
let me
that.
let me ask you, Choke, right before, because
Yes,
these are your social media handles, right? At Choke Does Acting.
yes.
Is that across the board? Instagram and Facebook and anywhere else? Do you do TikTok?
I don't do TikTok,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just Instagram. Yeah, just
Do you
acting.
with people like, let's say folks, they want to meet you because now that you got some
Yeah,
level of fame, You know, they go, do they recognize you? Have you been recognized already at some point on the street?
Oh no, no, no. I think all this. I mean, all the stuff I've done is not like
Next
that,
level.
like mainstream. So
Yes.
I still have a long way to go, and
But you're
I'm
only
kind of
20, right?
looking.
You're like 20, 21. You're like a kid.
Oh, I look young, the Asian gene, but
That's
I'm trying to like get more into more like voiceover work.
good.
Um, I I I seem because it's kind of like you can play any characters. It's just your voice. They don't care about your look.
It's fantastic.
So I'm
Yeah.
trying to get in more of the voiceover stuff. Yeah.
It's phenomenal. I think
I
that's
still
a
like my I still like my privacy, it's fine. People don't need to
longevity is
recognize.
good. It's good in
Yeah.
Hollywood, to have
Yeah.
to be able to be around for a long time. More
Yeah.
important than to be like a flash in the pan, Boom, boom, it's gone,
Yeah.
you know. Um, so I'm super excited to have had you on. That's my show tonight. If I could tell you one last thing, I am going to ask you the same question that you guys asked Mr. Jason Blumhouse is if you could if you can give advice to your younger self, what would it be? And if you can give advice to the next generation that might be watching this, the younger kids, how do they get started in this? What would you tell them?
It's probably the boring one, never give up. But I mean I mean it's true. I if you really love, if that's your actual passion, you will not give up. If
That's
you
true.
give up, then that's not your passion, and I think you need to find a new one. Yeah.
Those are the words of Mr. Cho.
But
Guys and gentlemen,
yeah,
beyond excited. Tell me one last word.
one last word. Well, don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to explore different career paths or different interests or different hobbies. Because if you haven't experienced them, then you never know if you actually like doing it or not. Same. I mean, same for me. I go through like writing, producing, directing until I finally settle with acting. That's like my main focus right now. So
Excellent.
yeah, try everything. You yeah, just don't be afraid to try new things. Yeah.
There you go. And the voice of reason, Mr. Choke. Ladies and gentlemen, I am beyond thrilled to have had you on the show. That is my show tonight, Almost Famous Radio Podcast. Hello and goodbye until we meet again. Thank you so much, my buddy.
Thank you so
Until
much,
next time,
Jim. Such an
goodbye.
honor. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. The honor is mine.